Imagine a cold morning on the road to the front in 1939. A long, boxy silhouette appears over the horizon, diesel smoke curling from a vertical exhaust, wheels chewing at mud and sand. That truck is a Büssing-NAG 45500, a heavy 4.5-ton workhorse born from German commercial designs and pressed into wartime service. Its six-cylinder diesel heartbeat, rugged chassis, and significant payload turned it into a backbone of transport for fuel, ammunition, repair crews, and troop movements across the many theaters where the Wehrmacht operated. Under the long bonnet sits an inline-six diesel rated at about 105 horsepower, equivalent to approximately 78 kilowatt. The engine and gearbox were tuned for torque rather than speed, producing an estimated peak torque roughly 500 Newton-meter at typical operating speeds, equivalent to about 368 pound-foot. This translated into real pulling power. The 4500 series was able to carry or tow loads in the region of 4,750 kilogram, approximately 10,472 pounds, depending on configuration and battlefield modification. Physically, the truck presents a deliberate, functional profile. Curb weight figures for similar variants sit near 5,450 kilogram, roughly 12,015 pounds, and overall dimensions reflect a long wheelbase for stability under load. Early wartime production offered both rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive configurations, the latter identified by the letter A in the designation, intended for rough terrain and frontline service where roads were non-existent or destroyed. These drivetrains, combined with heavy-duty axles and robust leaf springs, made the 4500 a dependable platform for specialized conversions, such as radio trucks, recovery rigs, and anti-aircraft mounts. On a dusty supply route, the Büssing-NAG moves with the steady rhythm of a diesel engine under load. Imagine the driver's cabin filled with diesel odor, the gearbox thud as the driver selects low range, the rear springs groaning under crates of ammunition. In North Africa, the same model shows streaks of sand across fenders and a canvas tarpaulin flapping as it crawls over desert tracks. While in winter campaigns, the same chassis can be seen muddied and slatted with ice. The sensation is tactile, vibrations through the floor, the muffled roar of the engine, and the distinct clack of heavy tires hitting ruts, an orchestra of mechanical stress that nevertheless keeps convoys moving. Speed was not the selling point. On paved roads and light loads, a well-maintained 4500 could approach 65 to 80 kilometers per hour, roughly 40 to 50 miles per hour, but in cross-country hauls or with full payloads, realistic speeds dropped dramatically. Range varied with tank size and operational conditions, yet commanders prized the truck for reliability and the ability to deliver heavy supplies where lighter vehicles could not. In combat roles, the chassis proved versatile. Some 4500A and related types were adapted to carry anti-aircraft guns, become mobile repair shops, or serve as recovery vehicles. Picture a 4500 laden with an flak mount. The crew rushes to deploy stabilizing jacks, metal clangs echo as ammunition crates are passed, and a diesel growl masks the staccato chatter of nearby small arms. The truck's torque and load capacity allowed such conversions. Its height and stability, once jacks were down, offered a steady firing platform under stressful conditions. Photographs from wartime archives show these trucks in both temperate Europe and in sand-blown North African supply columns, proving their logistical reach. Production and numbers are complex because Büssing and NAG parts and designs were integrated and wartime records vary. However, the 4500 family and its antecedents belong to a larger series that saw tens of thousands of related units and variants produced across the war years. Post-war model studies and modeling firms document early and late production differences. Simplified hubs, altered bodies, and standardized components introduced as wartime pressures required faster manufacture. These changes are visible to researchers and modelers who compare early pre-war photos with late-war surviving examples. Operational weaknesses were simple and unavoidable. Heavy curb weight increased fuel consumption, field maintenance was demanding, and scarcity of spare parts in forward areas sometimes grounded whole units. Nonetheless, drivers learned to improvise, and maintenance crews prized the truck's modular layout for field repairs. The 4500's true value was not glamour but endurance, a machine that absorbed miles, loads, and damage and kept supply lines intact. If you listen closely in archival footage, you can almost feel the scene. Engines coughing into life at dawn, convoy lights flickering through rain, men shouting over the wind, and the heavy cadence of a truck that refuses to stop. That cadence is the story of the Büssing-NAG 4500. Not a headline star, but the anonymous backbone that let armies move. If this close look at a lesser-known but crucial wartime truck captured your interest, subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the machines that kept history moving.